Most creators are ignoring one of their biggest traffic sources, and that's their email list. And today I'm going to show you how to take advantage of this and turn your email list subscribers into loyal podcast listeners and YouTube viewers. Let's get in. What up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Eric, founder of the podcast Haven. And today we're going to talk about how to grow your content using your email subscribers as loyal followers. Now, if you don't have an email list, I highly recommend Beehive. I switched from MailChimp to Beehive about 6 months ago, and I'm really loving their interface and their features. So I'm going to put a link to Beehive below. And if you're interested in starting an email list or switching email providers, check out that link. Okay, so how do you do this? Well, simply, you mention your content in your emails. And the tricky part here is not to be too spammy. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And I think that this might resonate with you because I've been seeing good results from this. So let's hop into Beehive now. And let me show you how I promote my podcast and my YouTube videos to my followers within my email list. Okay. So what you're looking at now is the last email that I sent. At the time of recording this went out last week. And the key is that you don't want to only promote like your content in your email list. You want to talk about other things that are going on, maybe in your industry. You want to talk about maybe what you've been up to, maybe a personal little tidbit. You know, you don't want to get too spammy where you're like, here's my blog post, here's my podcast, here's my YouTube, here's all my stuff. Yes, you kind of want to do that, but you got to like pepper it in and be strategic. So I always open my emails with, hey, potty people, some rendition of this. Basically, I'm telling everybody how I also switched to Buzzsprout. Used to host the audio version of the podcast on Libsyn. Now it's on Buzzsprout. I let in with that here. And then I usually put a section called Podcast Spotlight. And this is where I talk about my latest episode. This particular one that you're looking at was a conversation with the founders of Northflow. Northflow is a project management tool for content creators. So I usually lead in with a couple sentences, not too much. Don't want to get too in the weeds here. A couple sentences. And then I just simply put listen now and work smarter. So that's kind of a little hook. You could use something like this. Then I link out to Spotify for the audio. I link out to Apple for the audio on Apple. Typically, people are only going to listen on Apple or Spotify. Then I put a watch on YouTube link. Then I put the thumbnail for the episode, and embedded in the thumbnail is the link. So if they click on the thumbnail, it'll take them to the video on YouTube. So that's one. Let me show you another one. All right. So this one, I did a little test on Adobe versus Descript. They both have these audio enhancement tools. So I recorded an episode on that. Again, watch on YouTube. This one, I guess I didn't link to Apple or Spotify, just YouTube. The reason for that, if I can remember correctly, is that I wasn't, and still don't get a lot of the clicks to Apple and Spotify. Most of the people that are on the computer, it seems like they want to watch the show. And so I only linked to YouTube here. Again, I've got the hook. Watch the test and decide for yourself. It's a test between these two tools. These are AI tools. Definitely check those out if you are looking to enhance your audio with AI. But yeah, you can watch the shootout here. You can click on the thumbnail. So not trying to be too spammy. And here below this, I put some resources. And I think that's kind of one of the other keys to not making it spammy is give them resources. Link out to things that are happening in your industry, in your world. If you've got a website with articles they can read, link to those. Basically, you want to give them as much as possible. Yes, you want to promote your episode, but also like you want to give them stuff that they might be interested in. Then when you promote your own thing, it's not going to seem as spammy. So it looks like I led off with this. Greeting pod fam. I'm talking about the new Shure MV7 microphone. They might be interested in that. You know what your community likes. In any case, that's more or less how I promote like my content in my email list. And I think it's just a great way to like reach people organically. You're solving a problem that they want the answer to, or maybe it's just curiosity. Depends on what kind of content you're putting out, but like they want what you're putting out. That's why they subscribe to you in the first place. So give them stuff that you're putting out. Definitely put a call to action in there as well. You don't want to put like 10 different links. You want to put, hey, watch this video on YouTube. Hey, click on this to listen on Spotify. You can get a little more creative too. You can use some marketing psychology if you'd like. You want to get them to click as much as possible. So you need to reflect that in your copy. Always put a call to action. These are going to be the people that really want to know what you're up to and you're doing. So give them that. Give them a little taste of some news or some current events or something else. So you're just not jamming your own stuff down your throat. I know I've said that a million times, but leveraging email for real audience and real loyal connection is going to be huge. Definitely should be a part of your content strategy. So hopefully this was helpful. Wanted to hit you with another way to grow your stuff. Rather than just relying on the organic reach within YouTube, or rather than just hoping people listen on Apple or Spotify, you actually have to do some legwork here to get people involved. So if you want more ways to grow your podcast or your YouTube channel without relying on those algorithms, subscribe to me and I will help you out. Hell, I'll help you out with the algorithms too, but I'll also help you out with some personal tidbits and ways that you can be authentic and connect with authentic, loyal followers. Thanks for listening, guys. Keep listening, keep engaging, keep creating. I'm out.